Okay. Main energy for the reading this month is the King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you get the Queen of Pentacles. You're really feeling yourself this month. There's a lot of very positive, very much like King of the Hill or Queen of the Hill energy. And it's really, really beautiful, especially after what I'm seeing in the recent past, where we'll get to that, but it seems like in the recent past you had some pretty difficult energies, and now I say this month, but I mean like for the next 2 weeks, you're kind of overcoming them. There's a lot of growth happening here for you, and I love seeing that. In the recent past, you get the Nine of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Swords. There's a lot of anxiety. There was a lot of pain here in the recent past surrounding love, surrounding somebody that you genuinely have a lot of love for. And beyond that, you know this person has a lot of love for you too. The love runs deep. And again, this is you, King of Swords. I don't assign gender to my cards. Something about this love, the fact that you still love them, something surrounding that, we'll clarify and see, had a lot of pain, brought in a lot of pain for you. In the current situation, you get the Ten of Swords, the Fool, and the Hierophant. I do definitely see that if there was an ending, if there was a difficult, painful ending, there's a restart here. So either you're reconciling with this person or you're just completely like starting over, but with the best positive energies. There's no sadness. There's no anguish. There's none of that, right? You left all that in the past. And in the current situation, you're like, whatever ended, we get the Fool. The Fool is literally the first card in tarot. It's starting from scratch with all your lessons, all the best possible energies. It's really, really, really good. And I also see the Hierophant here. Some of you may be dealing with a Taurus or a Capricorn. Those signs showed up really strongly. So there is like a new start here. And we'll see. It seems very positive. In the near future, you get the Six of Swords, the Devil, and the Five of Cups. You're leaving a lot of very difficult energy behind. I don't know what happened in the recent past, but whatever difficulties you were going through, it seems like they're done. It seems like they're coming to an end here. You're literally physically like turning your back on toxic energy, unhealthy energy, whatever happened in the past, which you look back at and you're like, that wasn't so great. Really physically turning your back on all of that. And I love seeing it. So let's clarify. We'll start off by clarifying the main energy, okay, for your reading, which is the King of Wands. I usually only take 3 cards, 4 came out. So you got the Two of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. You've been waiting. You've been waiting for a very, very long time for rebuilding a solid foundation of trust. There is a desire to rekindle, to start over, I want to say reconcile, but you're not even showing me reconciliation. You're showing me like the biggest things here is I want a new beginning in love, get the Ace of Cups, and I want to rebuild a solid, stable foundation. I want me and this person to get back to this place of a balance, of equal give and take, where I can give freely, I can receive their energy. There's no pit stops, there's no walls, there's no boundaries, there's none of that. And you've been waiting for quite some time for that to happen, and it seems like it is happening in the current situation in the near future. And that makes you feel very, very good. It makes you feel not just good, like, oh, this feels nice, but like, I made it. You know how when you have a very difficult task and you successfully overcome it, you like, yeah, I'm that person. Like I made it, I overcame it. That's this kind of an energy of genuinely like, I made it. So I like seeing that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the Nine of Swords in the recent past for you. Also, Aquarius, this is a brand new deck. This is the first time I'm using this deck. So you're the first reading that I'm doing with this deck. The Nine of Swords is clarified by the Sun, the Three of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. You're crystal clear that you want a reconciliation here in the recent past. You want to get clarity through conversation. Now, this person makes you truly happy, and just the thought of being able to possibly reconcile with them makes you like feel like the sun. The sun is the happiest card in the tarot deck, right? Like there's nothing happier than the sun. And you're showing me like, I want to get to that level of happiness. And the way for me to do that is through reconciliation. Now, there's also a desire to communicate here between you and this person. And you're showing me like, I know that through open, honest communication, we're both going to get the clarity that we need. However, there is still some stress, some anxiety surrounding this reconciliation and surrounding this conversation. So either you're not sure how it's going to go, you're not sure if it's a possibility. The source of your stress is going to be different for each of you, but you know exactly what you want here in the recent past, and you know exactly which direction you're moving in. Let's clarify the Queen of Cups in the recent past here. Wow. Queen of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups again, and the Star. You want nothing more than this person. If I was a genie and I came up to you right now and I'm like, Aquarius, you get one wish. You're like, I want love. I want to love this person. I want them to love me back. And I want to be in a stable, successful, long-term relationship with them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, you're either very good at manifesting or visualizing, or I don't know what it is, because the way with which you're presenting this to me is so crystal clear. This is what I want. This is what it feels like. This is what it looks like. Point blank, period. That's admirable. That level of clarity is not something you come by every day. Let's take a look at the King of Swords in the recent past, which is your energy. King of Swords is clarified by the High Priestess, the Hermit, and the Three of Wands. Deep down, okay, deep down, you know that this is going to happen. It's not a question of I believe, I hope. It's like, you know, your higher self knows this is going to happen. It's only a matter of time. So like I said, this level of clarity that you have is, it's unmatched. It's literally like you're so sure, you're so positive, like you know this is going to happen. There's not a shadow of a doubt within you. The only thing you don't know is exactly when it's going to happen, right? You know how it's going to feel, you know how it's going to play out, you know, like the outcome. You just don't know when exactly it's going to happen. And that's what you're showing me here. I'm waiting. It's a matter of when it's going to happen, not if it's going to happen. I do see you get the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It is slow progress, right? This isn't happening like right away, but you don't really have an issue waiting either. You're showing me I'm pretty good with being patient. Interesting. Yeah, this, if you want to manifest something, this is the kind of energy you want with that manifestation. It's like Abraham Hicks says, it's like you're shooting your arrows of desire, and those arrows are crystal clear. Let's see what's happening in the current situation. Start off with the Ten of Swords in the current situation. Ten of Swords is clarified by the Emperor, the Devil, which you get again in the near future, and the Six of Wands. Yeah. There is ego involved here, I will say that, but you are working on essentially shutting off your ego. The Emperor and the Devil are both cards which have to do with ego, with an unhealthy way of dealing and approaching with things, right? So, for example, let's say, this is just an example, you want to go ahead, text your person and apologize. These cards would say that you're not going to do that, because why would I put myself down? Why would I be the one to approach them? They should approach me. Why do I have to initiate? Blah, 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 right? And you're showing me like I'm putting an end to that. There's literally no point for me to keep carrying this ego. There's no point for me to even approach things this way. I'm successfully putting an end to my ego dictating the show and navigating it. So I don't know if your ego was like a big thing in the past or like what this is. This could also be your person's energy, but somebody's putting an end to it. Somebody's like, I'm not approaching the situation from a perspective of ego, of dominance, of control. It's not beneficial to me. I don't want to do it. Wow. Lots of these are pretty big energies, Aquarius. Let's take a look at the Fool in the current situation. The Fool is clarified by the Five of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Seven of Pentacles. So you do want a new beginning, right? You do kind of want to wipe the slate clean and start from scratch. And you can feel it on your higher self. You can feel that that's coming. You're like, look, I know I'm at the cusp of just brand new, completely starting from scratch with the best possible energies. The problem is and it's not really a problem, it's more so creating a little bit of like internal conflict for you, is things aren't happening here in the 3D world. It's almost like you can sense that it's coming. You know you're right there. You can feel it. You can see it in the 5D, but here in the 3D, the energies are still stuck. Nothing is happening. And so that kind of throws you for a loop because you're like, I feel it so strongly. It's almost like I can sense that this is what's happening. Why is nothing shifting here in the 3D world? Why is nothing moving? I feel stuck here in the 3D world. And that's kind of creating a little bit of like, well, maybe I'm Delulu. Maybe I'm just imagining this. Maybe I'm not really as enlightened as I think I am. Maybe, you're starting to question it a little bit. I would say do not lose this focus, this internal feeling that you had in the recent past. You even showed me, you're like, I know what's going to happen. It's just a question of when. The when is what's kind of throwing you for a loop in the current situation where you're like, why is this taking so long? Why is nothing happening? Why is this taking so long? Divine timing is at play and you cannot control it. Let's take a look at the Hierophant in the current situation. Hierophant is clarified by the Three of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Justice. Oh boy. There's a little bit of pain coming up for you in the current situation, tied up to this person and tied up to this connection. You're essentially trying to like process and work through this pain, but it is coming up. So whatever happened between you and this person, whatever, maybe you're going through like a really big period of like, I miss them. I want to be with them. Why are things taking so long? There is some emotional pain happening here. You're working on balancing it out. You're working on kind of being like, okay, I'm not giving into this. I know where this is coming from, right? But you are still feeling it, right? And it's tied up to this person and specifically this connection that you have with them. So I do feel like you're really going through a period of missing them, yearning for them, and just kind of going through a little bit of pain about like why they're not here with you in the 3D yet. Let's see what happens in the near future. I'm going to clarify the Six of Swords in the near future. Six of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Page of Cups. Things are moving slowly, but you're getting it. You're getting it. Remember how I said on the current situation, the timing is throwing you for a loop and you're kind of like wondering why it's taking so long? Why are things not happening quickly? You're able to shut off the logical part of you and connect again to your higher self, to your emotional side. And the universe is like rewarding you for that. You're getting that clarity of like, there's no point in rushing divine timing. But it's not just like I get it and, I'm still stressing. You get it and you release the stress. And I do see that the universe is like, okay, now that you've stopped pushing, stopped forcing things to happen on a certain timeline, now the energies start rolling. Now the energies start moving. So it does seem like there is movement in the near future. Again, it is slow, but at least it's moving faster than in the current situation. Let's take a look at the Devil in the near future. Interesting. The Devil is clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Six of Swords, which you just got in the near future. Somebody, I don't know if you're dealing with an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, but somebody is showing me here, like they too, this is your person's energy, I feel. They too want to heal. They too want to get to this place of internal clarity so that you two can essentially reunite. The problem is the person you're dealing with, their ego is massive, 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 massive. Like you're able to kind of get a grip on yours. It's not as intense for them. Their ego dominates the show. And it's almost to the level of like, I don't like using the word toxic, but it's like right there. It's almost at that level. And so I do see that they do want to heal it. They do want to fix that. I don't see them actually being, well, it's almost like they recognize, like, I have to fix this, I have to address it, but I don't see the action being taken. It's like, oh, that's a problem, I need to work on that, but they're not actually doing anything about it. Let's take a look at the Five of Cups in the near future. Five of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. Sorry, no, not the Queen, the Page of Pentacles, my bad. And the... but why? Oh, sorry. Five of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. This person is actually working on healing the past, on fixing the past. Remember how I said here they're like looking at it, but they're not doing anything about it? They are doing something about it. It's baby steps though. It's very, very small steps, like teeny tiny steps, because they have to think everything through and they move very slowly. And it's like they take one step, they think about it, they analyze it, and then another step, right? And so I do definitely see like they are doing something about it. Just keep in mind, as they're healing, it's going to be slow progress. Very, very, very slow progress. Let's take a look at what the universe wants you to keep in mind this month, Aquarius. From the universe, you get the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. Be patient. This clarity, this mental clarity, this understanding, this aha moment that you're looking for, surrounding why things are taking so long, you're going to get it. But I do see that the patience part, it's what's tripping you up. Like you want this to happen on a certain timeline. It's not happening on that timeline. And the fact that it's taking so long, the fact that things are moving so slowly is kind of stressing you out. You're going to get the clarity that you need around why things are taking so long, right? Why divine timing is at play here, but just be patient. I know it's hard. I can see how difficult it is for you. Just be patient. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you here on the next one.